Congress blocks DEA. Even though the president signed the 2015 budget bill on December 17th with an amendment that stops funding for the DOJ DEA to interfere with state medical marijuana laws, the innocent Kettle Falls Five are still being prosecuted and are set for federal trial in 3 months on February 23, 2015, for growing their own medical marijuana in a legal Washington state cooperative. The following is text of the budget amendment, short clips of congressional support showing their intent and exactly how you can help.
What we've heard today. Some people are suffering, and if a doctor feels that he needs to prescribe something to alleviate that suffering, it is immoral for this government to get in the way. And that's what's happening. The state governments have recognized that a doctor has a right to treat his patient any way he sees fit. Gentleman's time is expired. And so did our founding fathers. I ask for support for my amendment.
Question.
Mr. Chairman, I rise to speak in favor of my amendment, which would prohibit the Department of Justice from using any of the funds appropriated in this bill to prevent states from implementing their own medical marijuana laws. The federal government continues its hard line of oppression against medical marijuana.
This simple-looking house with this very surprised couple. When I think about drug traffickers, you're not exactly what comes to mind for me.
You think of a drug cartel in Mexico, that's what I think of. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's how bad it sounds. It's terrifying to be categorized as that.
Larry and Rhonda Harvey, along with their son, daughter-in-law, and a family friend, are known as the Kettle Falls Five. Arrested for growing their own medical marijuana in a state where it's legal. The charges don't seem to add up when you consider that there are a dozen medical marijuana dispensaries less than 2 hours away in Spokane. This one serves about 2,000 patients who can buy up to 1.5 pounds of pot. When the Kettle Falls Five go to trial, they won't be able to use that as a defense. They won't be able to tell a jury why they were growing marijuana or that it's legal under state law. While they wonder how they're going to defend themselves, advocates say the prosecution of the Kettle Falls Five could have a chilling effect on states legalizing medical and recreational marijuana. What is this case about?
You know, I think it's to send a message to the state of Washington and other states. I think the message is that it's federally illegal, and they don't care if it's 1 plant or 10 plants or 68 plants. They're going to prosecute.
U.S. attorneys would not comment on the case. The Harveys aren't sure what to say about it either. Standing in their now overgrown field, they wonder how their lives became so legally entangled.
If I didn't laugh, I'd cry, you know. But no, it's no joke.
It's past time for the Justice Department to stop its unwarranted persecution of medical marijuana.
For those of us who routinely talk about the 10th Amendment, which we do in conservative ranks, and respect for state laws, this amendment should be a no-brainer. Our amendment gives all of us an opportunity to show our constituents that we are truly constitutionalist and that we mean what we say when we're talking about the importance of the 10th Amendment. In addition, this also gives us the opportunity to prove that we really do believe in respecting the doctor-patient relationship.
This amendment is important to get the federal government out of the way, let this process work going forward, where we can have respect for states' rights and something that makes a huge difference to hundreds of thousands of people around the country now and more in the future.
Supported this amendment as a co-author of it, and to point out, this is 6 Democrats and 6 Republicans that are authoring this. There's 33 states, 3 of which have just passed laws, and the governors have indicated they'll sign them. This is essentially saying, look, if you are following state law, you're a legal resident doing your business under state law, that the feds just can't come in and bust you and bust the doctors and bust the patient.
District of Columbia and 22 states, including Nevada, with laws in place allowing the legal use of some form of marijuana for medical purposes, this common sense amendment simply ensures that patients do not have to live in fear when following the laws of their states and the recommendations of their doctors. Physicians in those states will not be prosecuted for prescribing the substance, and local businesses will not be shut down for dispensing the same. I urge you vote in favor.
In states with medical marijuana laws, patients face uncertainty regarding their treatment.
We need your support. The Kettle Falls Five are still facing federal charges from the federal government that could send them to prison for following their Washington state law and doctors' recommendations. Even though this new law has passed and been signed into law by President Obama, the charges have not been dropped. Larry is currently battling pancreatic and liver cancer in the hospital in Spokane, Washington, just miles away from the Spokane federal courthouse where he and the Kettle Falls Five will stand trial on February 23, 2015. The DOJ needs to listen to Congress and drop the case against the Kettle Falls Five so we can get back to living our lives in peace. Thank you for your support.